Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Bonsard of Radio Retro Future, and in this video I want to explain the lack of updates on this channel as of late. Now, for those who have been following me on social media, be it Facebook, the community tab on YouTube that barely anyone sees, thanks YouTube, and other platforms like our Discord server, link in the description. I've been working on a book, and that has consumed a lot of my time. I also started recently working again. Now, I also found a publisher for the book, so that's also one of the reasons I'm putting so much force in it right now. Even though we have set a soft deadline for the end of the year, I doubt I'll make that because the project kind of grew out of my control. It's typical, of course. Originally, the original intent for the book was to be an anthology. But for anyone who already read some of the short stories of the Association of Ishtar, that can be found on the website down below. More on that website later, because there's more to that. Yeah, they are very unique. They have a very special format. It's heavily inspired by SCP, so if you are an SCP fan or enjoy them, you will probably like the Association of Ishtar. Kind of being, it's not the same as SCP, it's not just a steampunk version of SCP, there's more to it. But speaking on the subject, I do intend to create a kind of a writer's community around this particular format. I'll talk about it in a separate video when I know there's more ammo for people who want to contribute to this collection of short stories. But the idea is that people can write their own worlds. It's a multiverse, so it's possible for the main character, so to speak, to travel from one world to another. There restrictions apply, so characters from one world cannot really influence other worlds, so you don't have that issue. And it also allows, writers who already have created worlds to kind of like describe their own fiction from the point of view of an outside character. So it's both to create an interesting collection of various steampunk themed stories and ideas and present them in a way that people can easily understand, like high concept for the people who understand what it is. And I wanted to make an anthology about it. I wrote over 30 stories since I began about last year. Some are really short, or basically just ideas for creatures or characters, and others are really elaborate, complete short stories with a beginning, middle, and end. So that's on that, but the author, the publisher said, well, we love the stories, but this will alienate readers because it's, well, not uncommon. For those who are familiar with SCP will probably understand what I'm talking about. And so I started like writing a kind of story around the short stories instead, and that is starting to get out of control. So that's so it's becoming more of a kind of a someone compared to Lovecraftian Sherlock Holmes, one of the proofreaders called it. So yeah, it's kind of. I kind of started with this idea of making it like start like a kind of like one of those classic English murder mystery shows like Inspector Morse, and then like just let it evolve into complete madness as the characters are exposed to what's really going on their world, and they become aware of the multiverse. So yeah, that's kind of like the basic premise of the book that I'm working on, and it will, as things are now, will include some short stories as it was originally intended, but not as many as I first had in mind. Probably because I am afraid they kind of start to detract too much, and might annoy the reader if I leave them. So yeah, that's currently why there is such a lack of updates on the channel, because yeah, what else can I say about it? I hope what I want from you, dear listeners, is like this book needs to be funded. Now, funding is not really a problem. However, I am curious, like, are you guys interested in pre-ordering this book? And if so, like, would you like to have extras? Like, for example, I have designed logos for the new website, the Association of Ishtar. And I could make patches out of those and add them as gifts. Maybe you want actual art. I have reached out to several artists. If you are an artist, let me know and you're interested in this. After all, it is not just the creation of short stories and stuff like that. People are allowed to add series to the website. People are allowed to add their own images if they want, if they are inspired. It's all public commons. Keep that in mind. So you do own the story, but you will not own the characters. Everyone will be allowed to use characters from the stories on that website and transfer them to their own site, etc. So do keep that in mind. Now, we do expect, contributors to have, a particular mode of behavior on that. But yeah, that is something. If you already have an existing world, if your stories have already been published and they're copyrighted, you may want to have a double take on publishing your world and ideas, because there might be a bit of a gray area. So that will need to be figured out. But I feel I'm running ahead of myself right there. So yeah, the website is not fully done. There's a lot to be done on the front of infrastructure and stuff like that and information. But yeah, we need your help with that. So if you are someone who's an artist, if you are someone who likes to work with HTML and wants to help with the early templates of the website, I'm also looking, this is more for myself than for the website, is I'm looking for somebody who has knowledge of marketing and are running publicity campaigns, because I am interested in particularly taking such a person on for a couple of months to promote my book. And of course, what did I want to say? Yeah, if you are a student who's looking for what do you call it, a university or university or college, whatever. If you're looking for an assignment, you need someone of like an employer, contact me, reach out to me. I'm interested. Do I have anything else to say? So yeah, give me your thoughts, give me your ideas. Next video is going to be about genre and setting. Like I said, if you have other topics you want me to talk about in this particular style, let me know. There might be a bit rambly. I feel this is already a bit of a rambly video. But yeah, let me know what you want. If you want me to talk about other media other than steampunk, let me know, because I feel like I've done hundreds of videos on the topic of steampunk and interviews. I have a new stream next week, and I already did one with another one, but for some reason the YouTube system did not work properly. So we were talking to thin air, so to speak. Really annoying. So yeah, let me know your ideas. Let me know your thoughts for this vlog. If you have a nice name for it, let me know. Like I said, this is a tryout. The next video will be out in a couple of days. And I think I wasted enough of your time. Please check out the Wikidot and let me know your thoughts and ideas. Let me know if you want to contribute. Like I said, the infrastructure is not really ready, so we're still working on that. And the more people say they want to help, the faster it will become. And hopefully, I do hope this website will also kind of like inspire people and I want to kind of prove to people that steampunk can be about more than, brown coats and top hats. So, yeah, I'm curious to your feedback, and, have a wonderful weekend.